Imagine this. A city engulfed in flames, shrouded in smoke and chaos. Soldiers fighting house by house, street by street, as freezing cold and starvation push them to the edge of their strength. Millions of lives hang in the balance, and the outcome of this battle will determine the course of World War II. This is the story of the Battle of Stalingrad, a turning point in history and a testament to human resilience and tragedy. The Battle of Stalingrad began in the summer of 1942, when the German Wehrmacht, under Adolf Hitler's command, launched a massive offensive into the Soviet Union. The plan was ambitious. Capturing Stalingrad, a strategically vital city on the banks of the Volga River, would not only sever Soviet supply lines but also deal a symbolic blow to Joseph Stalin, whose name the city bore. What was intended as a swift victory turned into a 5-month-long nightmare. The Germans approached Stalingrad with their feared blitzkrieg tactics, advancing rapidly with overwhelming precision. Airstrikes devastated much of the city, killing thousands of civilians in the initial days of the siege. But the Soviet defense, under General Vasily Chuikov, was determined and unyielding. The Red Army began defending every inch of the city, often resorting to extreme measures. The fighting in Stalingrad was unlike anything the world had seen before. The city became a battlefield of extremes. Soldiers fought in ruined buildings, basements, and rubble. Snipers dominated the streets, and every step could be fatal. The Germans referred to this type of warfare as Rattenkrieg, or Rat War, as it was often impossible to distinguish between friend and foe. Meanwhile, the Soviets fought with extraordinary resolve, swearing to hold the city at any cost. Winter 1942-43 brought a new level of suffering. Temperatures plummeted to below 30 degrees Celsius, making resupply nearly impossible. The Germans, unprepared for such harsh conditions, faced shortages of food, ammunition, and winter clothing. Meanwhile, the Soviets launched a counteroffensive known as Operation Uranus. Their goal was to encircle the German troops and cut them off from their supply lines. On November 19, 1942, the Soviet offensive began. Within days, over 300,000 German soldiers were encircled in Stalingrad. The Luftwaffe attempted to resupply the trapped troops via an air bridge, but it was insufficient to meet their needs. Starvation, cold, and disease ravaged the German forces as the Soviet noose tightened around them. The dire situation for the German troops led to a decisive moment in the battle. On January 31, 1943, Field Marshal Friedrich Paulus, commander of the Sixth Army, surrendered with his remaining forces. This marked the first time a German field marshal had ever capitulated, a devastating blow to the German high command and a symbol of the Wehrmacht's decline. The Battle of Stalingrad officially ended on February 2, 1943. The losses on both sides were staggering. Over 2 million people, including soldiers and civilians, died in the fighting or from hunger, cold, and disease. The city itself was reduced to rubble, and its population was almost entirely wiped out. Yet the impact of the battle extended far beyond Stalingrad. For the Soviet Union, it was a turning point, a demonstration of their ability to halt the seemingly unstoppable German war machine. For Germany, it was a catastrophic defeat that shattered their dreams of a swift victory in the East. From this point on, the Wehrmacht was forced into a long and arduous retreat, ultimately leading to the fall of the Third Reich. The Battle of Stalingrad is not just a story of strategy and military prowess but also one of immense suffering and sacrifice. It stands as a monument to the brutality of war and the strength of the human will. The ruins of Stalingrad, now Volgograd, remain as a testament to this historic battle, reminding us of the enormous price paid for freedom and justice. If this gripping and powerful story has captivated you as much as it has us, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a like. On our channel, find more fascinating and inspiring stories from the history of humanity. Hit the bell to stay updated, and stay tuned for our next video.